Hello and welcome. Today we are going to learn about dictionaries. So I've already created a new Jupyter notebook and I'm gonna get started by importing the NumPy library. We don't need the library, but if we use arrays then we would have to import it anyways. So a dictionary looks like this: A1, B2, C. I'll explain what this means in a little bit. C3. So this is a dictionary and we can give it a variable named D, and if we print D and look at the type of D, we get the class is dictionary. Now in a dictionary, here there are three items. This is one item, this is second item, this is a third item, and within each item we have key value pairs. So key and value. Okay, now in this case A is the key and 1 is the value. Similarly, we have key value pairs of B, which has value 2, C, which has value 3. Now apart from this, we can also assign different values. So values can be anything. So I'm gonna change this to markdown. Okay, now for values we can have a list. So if we were to give a number of list, so that is completely valid. We could create an array. So that is okay, and we can also have strings or floats. We can have any number, so we could add 0 there. So all these are valid forms of in values within a dictionary. So if we print this, that's our dictionary. Now a dictionary can be created in different ways. Let's look at 4 different ways in which we can create a dictionary, starting with the method that I usually prefer. That is, if we want to create dictionary D1, then we write it in open and close curly braces. So A has value of 1, key B has a value of 2, key C has a value of 3, and if we go ahead and print D1 and print the type of D1, there you go, you get, that's the dictionary. Similarly, there is other way. Let's create a dictionary D2 which uses dict command, and we say A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, and again if we print D2 and type of D2, we get the dictionary. Likewise, let's create another dictionary using a zip method. So here we have dict, and then zip function takes the key and lists of keys and values. So in here, the first list we put the keys, which is A, B, and C, and in the second list we want to put the values 1, 2, and 3. Here the zip command will automatically combine the key values into pairs automatically. So that's the dictionary. And lastly, let's look at another way in which we have dict, and here what we are going to do is move this key value positions. So first we put B, and then we'll put C, and after C we'll put A. So that gives a different combination of the key values in there. So if we print D4 and type of D4, we get different arrangement of the key value pairs, but it's the same dictionary. I mean, it's unordered, so the items within the dictionary can be in any position, but they can be accessed by keys. So that's the important part. Now the only a couple of things to remember when working with dictionaries is that the key can be a number. So if we say D, so it can be a number. That is okay, but it can be a string as we used earlier. It can be a tuple of strings or tuple of numbers. That's fine, but it's recommended not to use I prefer not to use numbers or floats are no, so I'll stick to strings as far as possible. Another thing is, in case of dictionaries, if there are more than one similar keys, so let's say if we have the dictionary D, let's copy this one. Now this key, if we add another key here which has the same or different value, and when we print this, what Python does is it will drop the first value or the values preceding the last. So it will always consider the last value for any particular key that is repeating. So therefore, instead of 1, we got 3 as the value for the key A. Next, let's look at how we can access values from each of the keys. So accessing values. In this dictionary, which is this, we can say D open square bracket A, and that gives us the value for that particular key, which is 3. Now if we want to get the length of the dictionary, we can get that as well. So to get the length, trying to create a markdown by pressing M. Okay, length of the dictionary, we simply write length D, and that gives the number of items within the dictionary. And similarly, if you want to delete a particular key in the dictionary, so delete key, we can that's also possible. So we can delete DEL A. So what that will do is delete the key, and now if we look at the dictionary, there is no value for A within that dictionary. Next, let's look at couple more functions. I'm gonna copy our dictionary back down there. So copy. Okay. We can also look at in statements. So we check if a particular key is within a dictionary or not. So in this dictionary, we know that the key A is in the dictionary, so we'll get true. There is no such key as E in the dictionary right now, so we should get false, and that's it. And now if there is another command which says not in D, and this will return true because that key is not in our dictionary, because we only have A, B and C as the keys for the dictionary. Now looping over a dictionary. So let's look at one example where we can use a for loop to loop over a dictionary. Now our dictionary is the same, which is this one. Now for key in D, print key and print the value associated with that particular key, and we get the key value printed out here. Similar to this, if we change this to iter, it works the same way. The syntax is using the word iter to get the key values. Now if we need to clear the dictionary, if you want to empty the dictionary so that it's blank, it's similar to list. We say d.clear, and that makes the dictionary empty. Apart from this, similar to list or array, similar to arrays, the copy is very important in dictionaries, because if we do not copy, then it will change the items within the original dictionary. Let's look at one example. Now D has a value of 1 for A. Now if we assign D to F, and now if we go ahead and say for the value, if we print F, we get the same dictionary. Now if we say I want to go ahead and change the value of the key A to 1000 instead of 1, now if I look at print F, and I'm gonna print D. So as you can see, the value for D has been changed. So the value for the key A in the dictionary D, which was the original dictionary, also changed. So to avoid this, when we are assigning a dictionary to another variable, I'd suggest using the copy command. Sorry, we don't need the np there. We can use the copy command to make a new copy of the dictionary, so that this does not happen. So now if we run this, we see that the value 1000 is only for the key A that's in dictionary F, but it's not changed the original dictionary D. We can still see the value of 3 in the dictionary dictionary D. Next, let's look at different ways in which we can visualize items. Visualize in the sense, look at items within a dictionary, or components of the dictionary. Look into a dictionary. When we say d.keys, here we get all the keys listed which are here, and if we want them in a key list format, we just put them in a list function. So that way we get the list. Similarly, we can get the values of a dictionary, which are like this, and we can get the key value pairs of a dictionary by d.items. So different ways we can get the information out of our dictionary. Next, let's look at how to remove items from dictionary. And for this, there is a command called pop. So when you say pop, and if you give it a key, it will remove that key from the dictionary, and output will be the value for that key. So now if we type D, the key A is not there, and its value is also gone. Similarly, there is another command which is pop item. So if it's a d.pop item, it will remove the last item from the dictionary. Now the reason why it removed C3, because this is not the last item. Let's print. I'm gonna remove this to avoid any confusion. Okay, so our dictionary was this, and the last item was the key C with the value 3, and we removed that. Now the dictionary just has 2 items with keys A and B. Now let's look at ways in which we can combine key value pairs from a dictionary. So key value pairs, and to do that, let's go ahead and copy the dictionary that we had earlier, which is this one. Okay, now we are creating a variable P which has a list, which will be a list from this one. So d.keys, comma d.values, and when we type P, we get a key value tuples within a list. Here we can also use list comprehension. So for key in D, we want it to create a tuple. So key comma D key, and this would give us the tuple of list of tuples within from the dictionary. Finally, let's look at setDefault. setDefault, what this does is, if there is a key that we are looking for in a dictionary that's not there, then we can set a default value for such a key. And it could be used in a situation where we are initializing a new dictionary. So let's say we have a dictionary D new, and here we can set default value for a particular key. Let's say def key. So this is the default key we have created, and we'll give it a value which is an empty list, and then to that list we are appending a value E. So now if we look at D new, we see that the set default command automatically created an empty list when it was not there in the original empty dictionary, and then it appended the value E to the key def key. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning about dictionaries. In next few videos, we'll now start combining what we have learned so far in arrays, lists, loops, dictionaries, and try to solve small problems. And I'm sure you'll enjoy working on those problems a lot. Please share, like, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you soon in next video. Thank you.